Look at that. Works now. Don't friggin' figure. Wish I knew why the heck this didn't work last time. Cool. Cool. Yeah. Literally something that I'm doing completely randomly, trying to figure out why I couldn't get it to work from my computer last time. Can I get a confirmation that people can hear me? Hi there. I got highs. Hello, sup. Yes. Haha. People are saying yes. I can be heard. Okay. So good. That means next time I actually schedule one of these, I can do it from my computer, because that was not fun doing it from my phone. So, I mean, it can take a couple minutes and actually do this since I'm here, I suppose. I don't think I'll save this one like I did with the 30K or 31K video, because this is just going to be whatever the heck it turns out to be. How am I? I'm good. I'm tired because that's my life. I've shot 2 videos and edited 3 today, so this is me trying to get ahead of the month. But there's news happening, and I'm getting word there's going to be new trailers this week, and it's a pain in the butt to try and schedule around. Is it live, or are you catching it on a delay? It's live. Should be. If you've got a delay on your end, I'm not responsible for that. Shira Girl loves the walls. Thank you. Yeah, wallpaper. It's amazing, I suppose. Yes, it is almost the next Captain Marvel trailer. And when I talk about that, I am going to have to address the backlash against the first trailer, because I didn't really have a gauge on that when that happened. Oh God, is the Spider-Man trailer supposed to be dropping too this week? Hey, I really hate having to drop more than one video in a day, but I might have to if they really do pile up that many at once on me. What kind of music do I listen to? Well, Cole the Mole, it's really kind of all over the place. I listen to a lot of soundtracks, and I have a lot of single albums. There aren't many bands or music artists that I I have a whole bunch of their stuff. So it's kind of all over the place. I'm into pop, I'm into classic rock. Like I said, a lot of soundtrack stuff. Yeah, it's really all over the place. How's my day been? It was a work day, so fairly typical. The necklace. Yeah, I like wearing this one. My daughter made this, though I actually had to fix it because the band broke on the last one, so I had to get a fresh band for it. But I like wearing this. Thoughts on Disney's upcoming movies minus the remakes? I'm not sure, because I cannot remember what they've got on their docket right now other than sequels and remakes. I'm sure there's other stuff there, but I can't think of it. Let's see. You listen to a lot of soundtracks too, and you think you're weird? Well, you're no weirder than I am, though. That's probably not comforting. That's not the best bar. No frog. No, I don't have a frog. Have I seen Witchblade on TNT? I haven't. I've seen tiny clips and promos and whatnot. I'm assuming that question's being asked because Liz and I covered the first trade of the Witchblade comic book, the original stuff for the Tough Like a Girl podcast. That was something. Am I going to be at VidCon next year? Unlikely. I can't afford like to do those kinds of trips. So like unless I come to some kind of arrangement where like I'm going to share a room or something with somebody I know, like it's really unlikely. Like I can't even get to a Comic-Con further than Boston. Keep in mind I live in Vermont, so you know anything that's further than I can drive to really doesn't work for me most of the time. Are opinions on shows only valuable if you can back them up with analysis and detailed evidence? Is it bad to say I just enjoy it? No, of course it's not bad to say you just enjoy it. Heck, there are times that I know I like something and it's hard for me to explain why. I tend to ramble until I come to some sort of idea, but I mean, like, I don't consider what I do to be any kind of deep analysis. So, you know, I just kind of ramble and hopefully arrive at a point at some eventually. Opinions on Riverdale. I haven't watched it. Liz has. She's actually kind of gotten into it a bit. Like, I never read the comics, but she's enjoyed it. She considers it to be like the teen drama done by way of Gotham in terms of like going all out bonkers with it, which I mean that's a solid pitch, I think. I haven't seen the Bohemian Rhapsody movie. I want to, but it's not playing anywhere local to me anymore, so I'm probably gonna have to wait till streaming. How did I make the decision to mention my gender fluidity? Really, it probably more than anything came down to not wanting to be afraid of it getting noticed. That was probably the driving thing, because once this channel actually got bigger than the Vera Wild channel, it occurred to me that, you know, it was possible for people who knew me from this first to find that channel, and I worried about that happening outside of my being upfront about it, and then it would look like it was something I was hiding and I was ashamed of, and I really wanted to avoid that situation. So that was sort of the initial driver of coming out earlier at the start of this year. Excited for Avengers 4? Well, yeah. Wingy's here. Is he? I missed it. Oh, I'm sure he'll say something again. How's your hair? Yeah, the pink. Okay, the pink is still there. The pink is actually holding up pretty well. Yeah, Wingy is here. The teal is kind of faded to a bit more of a green for a lot of it, but the pink is holding surprisingly well. Alien or Predator? I mean, the movies or the creature? I think I'd go for Alien in both cases, though. Favorite regeneration story? I can't tell you that, Wingy, because I'm gonna do a list on that eventually. My boyfriend is also gender fluid. Awesome. By you sharing that, I'm assuming you're supportive. So cool. Thoughts on Tom Hooper directing the upcoming Cats film adaptation? I am a theater geek. I don't like Cats. I've never liked Cats, so like I don't care about a movie version of Cats. Any tattoos? No. Like I know what I would get if I ever get a tattoo. I kind of doubt I'll ever pull the trigger on that, though. You and Eddie sort of have hours and hours of chatting, so much in common. I think Eddie's a bit funnier and I think slightly more coherent than I am. Then again, maybe not. I don't know. Love for the hair, terrific. Favorite Marvel movie? God, it really depends on the day you ask me. Like, I think I still maintain that Winter Soldier is the best one. My favorite, though, like, depending on the day you ask me, it could be Spider-Man Homecoming, it could be Infinity War, it could be Civil War, it could be Winter Soldier. Like, it really does go up and down. I love finding Vera Wild after Council of Geeks. I'm learning so much from both awesome channels and content. Thank you. I actually shot a whole bunch of Vera Wild videos over the weekend. So I've been a while since I've updated on that, but I'm going to have, you know, every couple of weeks a new thing go up on that for a little bit. So that'll be good. Have you ever thought of making a video about the ideal situation to come out? No, because the ideal situation doesn't exist. You know, coming out is just kind of is what it is. Yeah, it's never going to be perfect. That's like trying to figure out what's the ideal time to get married, buy a house, have a kid. Like, it's never going to be the perfect time. It's never going to be the perfect circumstances. Favorite musical? I could give you a few that I really like. Like I love Rent, which I did a video on, so that shouldn't be too much of a surprise. I love Next to Normal. I want to be in that show really, really badly. Like I want to play the father in Next to Normal, which I'm actually age appropriate to do now, and that's like the only role that I can think of if I got cast and got the chance to do that in theater that I would cut my hair for. Like there's nothing else that I can think of that I'd be willing to cut my hair in order to play. Would you be willing to make a video about your experience as a gender fluid person in the real world? Well, I mean, honestly, I would just recommend checking out the Vera Wild channel to get more of that, because I talk about my life experiences a bit more there. Voted you for the best YouTuber awards. Thank you. Much appreciated. Somebody started crying. Okay. Hopefully for nice reasons. Flock of Seagulls. I'm a little young for Flock of Seagulls. Have you heard of My Hero Academia? Heard of it. I hosted a burlesque show with where my co-host dressed as a character from that, but I have not. I've not actually seen it. I am gonna miss some of these questions, although this is way easier to follow than when I was trying to do it on my phone. Holy cow! Any YouTubers you watch besides Doctor Who related channels? Yeah, I watch The Escapist because I really like Zero Punctuation. I watch Jeremy Johns. I watch a couple of booktubers, such as Book Nerd Problems and Min Kobayashi, and a few others. I watch Miracle of Sound because I like his music. La La Land. La La Land was pretty good. La La Land had an amazing ending and a decent lead up to it. Hamilton, I still haven't heard the soundtrack to Hamilton because my friends who are really into musicals more than I am have given me the warning: don't listen to it while doing something else. Don't listen to it while you're commuting or doing work or something. So the reason I haven't listened to Hamilton is because I haven't had 2 hours plus of time to just sit down and dedicate listening to it while not also doing something else. Do you have a Discord account? I do. There is a Council of Geeks Discord, but it's a Patreon reward at the $2 support level. How do you feel about Super Mario Kart? I mean, I grew up on Super Mario Kart, like the original, like the Super Nintendo one. I don't think I've played any newer ones than Double Dash, but yeah. Well, I have to tell you, I subscribed because of your Rocky Horror video. Oh, that's great. I like opening up, and I like sharing those kinds of experiences that I got to have. So it's nice when people connects with those. Pizza or burger? Pizza. Favorite film of the year so far? I'm not going to tell you that either because I'm going to have a top 10 of this year, probably early next year. Actually, that'll go out. But again, that would be a spoiler. Are you excited for the huge DC TV crossover? Not especially because at this point, the only DC TV show that I really love is Legends. I couldn't get through season 3 of Supergirl. It kind of lost me, and actually Liz did finish it, and she kind of told me yeah, I'll tell you what happens. It's not that's not a very good season. Let's see, pie or cake? These days more pie, because I've started losing my taste for really sweet stuff. Yeah, it kind of lingers on my tongue now. It's a bit cloying. Did you hear Fox Live is doing Rent in January? Oh God. I haven't watched one of those live broadcasts in a long time. I used to watch those with my daughter's mother. And we would just laugh our butts off because they were awful. They were always awful. Favorite band or genre? A lot of music questions. I can't nail down a single favorite. The few recording artists that I have more than one album of, so I mean, take that as a measure if you want to, would be Weird Al, Pink, and Miracle of Sound. I'm not sure I would label any of them my all-time favorites, but they're some of the only ones that I've bought multiple albums from. So take that as you will. Why is it so many of us UK fans up so late? Is insomnia a trait amongst fans? It might be. I don't get nearly as much sleep as I should. Does your child know about your gender fluidity? If it doesn't, how do you intend to tell her about it? She does know. She's actually, her mother and I talked about how to sort of get her acclimated to my fluctuating sense of gender. Even before she was born, we talked about that. So like when she was 2, she watched me like put on makeup and get into a change of clothes. And I didn't have hair like this back then, so she saw me put on a wig. And to watch that process and to see that it was still me. And like at this point, she doesn't even bat an eye. Like she'll pick out my, like on a weekend I'm going out, I can't pick out earrings. I'll let her pick out my earrings. Half the time she picks out my nail color when I do my nails. So like she's very acclimated at this point. Found your channel because of who? Yeah, I think probably most of the people who follow me found me because of the Doctor Who content. I mean, it's the stuff that goes up the most. So that's, but it's still nice to hear. I always suspect that that's how most people find it, but it's still nice to hear. Have your opinions changed since the Detective Pikachu trailer? On that specifically? No, I'm still oddly interested in it. What game is in your SNES in the background of your vids? It's changed a few. At the moment, it's Turtles in Time, but it's changed from time to time depending on if I have played a different game in that system. I don't even play that very much anymore, so it's every now and then. Have you heard of the Pop Arena? I have not. Have you ever watched or read something that really surprised you for whatever reason? I will probably forever be bowled over by reading The Last Unicorn. Like I grew up on the movie. The book is so good it made me angry. Because as someone with aspirations of writing fiction, to read that book and go, you know, nobody is supposed to be able to write this beautiful, this lyrical, yet still coherent with compelling characters for this long a stretch. Like no one's supposed to be able to do that. How can he do that? Like, that's not fair. Let's see. We ever do a video ranking the TARDIS interiors? I might. Like, I've got like ranking concepts for a ways out because I try to not do more than one list a month. So I've got concepts for rankings for all kinds of things, Doctor Who related. But I mean, the TARDIS interiors, the thing is, I mean, like I'd have to do a side-by-side comparison. They didn't change much for a long stretch of classic. So I got to figure out where the cutoff is on that, but like probably eventually. If you were to make an ideal series, which Doctor, Companion, Master, and story arc would you smash together? How do you think it will play out? Oh, I can't answer that off the top of my head. That I'd have to think on. That's a cool question, though. If you could interview a Doctor Who actor, who would it be, living or dead? Honestly, probably William Hartnell. Like, I'd love to get into his head about, you know, his approach to it and his thoughts on where it went afterwards. So, you know, it'd be a dead person interview, but there you go. Found Council of Geeks when I was just barely coming out. I just wanted to let you know your content, even though I didn't know you're gender fluid at the time, helped. Like, it's still surprising to me that when people, for whatever reason, like see this for the first time, or I mention that I'm gender fluid, and they get surprised. Like, I guess I've just been living with it too long. It strikes me odd that it's surprising to anyone anymore, but I guess it still can be. If you archive this, I would love you forever. I don't know, man. I'll think about it. How do you feel about the Fallout 76 controversy? From what I understand of it, as someone who doesn't game and hasn't played that game and probably never will, it just seems like a freaking mess. It just seems like they rolled out an incomplete product that nobody was asking for. So yeah, again, that's my perception of it. I'm not knee deep into it. So Doctor Who, has it gone over the cliff? No more than it ever has at any other point in its history. No, certainly not. How far back is he? I'm assuming that's how far back in the questions. Probably a ways. I'm probably getting further back as I go along. How do you feel about non-slip socks? I actually do have a pair. I got some for Christmas last year. And I mean, they're comfy. They work. Does being gender fluid mean sometimes you're in the middle of both at times? Just something I've wondered watching your videos when you seem dressed to suggest that. Yeah, I mean, it's part of the reason I go with gender fluid as opposed to to bi gender or some of the other non-binary terms, because like being fluid, it's not just going from like the far extreme of male to the far extreme of female. It can land in the middle. Like for most people, sort of the way I make the comparison, most people tend to think of gender as a light switch, like it's either male or it's female. My gender is a dimmer switch. Whole lot of weird settings in the middle. Have you watched Sapphire and Steel? I have not. Cake or Death? Death, please. No, cake. I meant cake. Do you think the shows Marvel is canceling will become big budget Marvel films? I'm not going to answer that because I actually just shot a video on that. That's one of the ones I shot tonight. So that I don't know when that'll go up, depending on when the trailers drop on me, because I want to try and get those quickly too. But I mean, short answer, maybe. What we got here? Love your content. You deserve this super chat and then some. Also, Marvel trailer dropped. I'm serious. React to it now, please. Oh my God, did it really? Hang on. Did the Captain Marvel trailer really drop right now? Give me a second here. There's stuff here. Well, hold on. Give me a second. Let me make sure this is legit. And now you get to watch me watch my phone. How amazing is that? Stupid ads. What we got? Oh, son of a gun. So I get, wow. I guess you guys get a live reaction now with that. Do you prefer the chicken dance or the hokey pokey? Neither. I hate embarrassing dances. Thoughts on Laverne Cox's Frankenfurter? Very mixed. Like the character is not actually supposed to be transsexual. But at the same time, I'm not saying that should preclude her necessarily from playing the part. I just think the casting smelled of gimmick that actually wasn't appropriate. So like that was weird. Have you heard about the British animated series Netflix called Hilda? I am actually watching Hilda. I am going to finish that and do a video on it. So that's coming down the line. But okay, so Captain Marvel trailer 2 apparently came out earlier today, and somehow I missed that it dropped. Okay, hang on. No, that's not the actual trailer. This is all like, these are like teasers. Trailer premiere tomorrow. So no, it does not look like it's actually out. Okay, cool. Never mind. False alarm. Favorite Sonic? I'm assuming you mean Sonic Screwdriver, like as a thing to have. 12s as a thing to watch in the show. 11s. How do you feel about this season of Legends of Tomorrow? I don't give me details on that because normally I watch Legends of Tomorrow the summer after it airs, once it uploads onto Netflix. It's one of the things I catch up on as a binge. Yeah, I know. Yes, I know the visual is terrible. It's because I didn't actually plan this to like go on. I started this up just trying to figure out how to get my computer to work. So like if and when I ever, well, not if, when I ever do this again, I will like set up decent lighting and whatnot. This is just my freaking desk lamp. So yeah, I know it looks like crap, and I apologize for that. A favorite Brooklyn Nine-Nine episode? I don't know. Any of the Halloween heist ones, honestly. Check Marvel UK. Captain Marvel Twitter account. Oh, okay. You ever do a video ranking different portrayals of Davros? I'm not sure, because I'm not sure a lot of them have really done anything different enough. They're all kind of doing the same thing. Like very much trying to be the same character. It's not like talking different incarnations of the Master or the Doctor where they have the freedom to change it up. Everyone's trying to be the same guy on when it comes to Davros. Sorry, Davros. I'm tired. Can you tell? Okay, let's see. Here's my brand new trip. Okay, here we go. I did find it. Deck that old lady. Yeah. Oh, and of course she fights back. Oh, ninja flip old lady. That's great. Okay, I don't know why that makes me laugh, but it does. Cool visuals, cool looking world. Oh, I forgot Annette Bening's in this. Sam Jackson with hair. I like the effects of her powers. It's a cool look. Now, is there going to be a Capra joke? Make Fear and a cat. Why not? All right. Well, now I'm going to have to shoot a video talking about that. Huh? No, it was pretty good. Like I remember like a lot of people like complaining about how wooden she was in the last trailer, and I remember thinking, guys, you realize that like just looking at the trailer, you can tell like she's been mind wiped and she's like a soldier, and we're looking at like probably the first half hour worth of film. So that struck me as a really weird criticism. But let's see. I'm way behind. So I'm gonna back up and answer a few more questions, but then I've now got to shoot this video while I've got thoughts fresh in my head, and do a few other things. Have you found dyeing short hair? How have you found dyeing short hair a bright color? I'm growing mine out from a pixie and thinking of adding color to liven it up a bit. Well, I mean, like you say short, like for me, short hair was like that was short. So, you know, when I dyed it, for me, it was, well, longer than I'd had in a long time. I actually did have long hair. Like at one point I had hair down to here. That was way back in the day. That was college. Opinion on season 11. I'm assuming you mean of Doctor Who. I'll do wrap up thoughts on that once the thing ends. Favorite Sonic the Hedgehog? What? I've got a lot of people who keep asking me about Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog is not my thing. I've barely played any of the games ever. I didn't have a Sega growing up. I missed the boat. I'm not a person to ask about Sonic. So much respect for your opinions and your courage with your gender fluidity. Thank you. See, like I do recognize that it can be seen as courage because not everyone's able to have this life. But like my family and my life and the people in my life is supportive enough that for me to not like be out on the channel too. If I was still trying to keep this from you guys, like it would be weighing on me. So like I'm at a point where being out is like for my own mental well-being. Have I seen Super Troopers 2 yet? No, I haven't. Which I need to. I freaking help kickstart the damn thing. Anyone else love the scene in Day of the Doctor where 11 and 12 compare their sonic screwdrivers? It's cute. I'm glad it's short-lived. Let's see. How many flat caps do you own? 2. I have 2. I haven't seen Talons of Wang Chiang. Thought of ranking the regeneration scenes. Yes, that's on the to-do list. I have ranking regeneration scenes, ranking regeneration stories, and ranking first adventures of each Doctor. Those are all on the eventual docket, but like some of them might be years down the line. Like I have a scarily packed docket. Favorite Doctor Who episodes for soundtrack? Ooh. It will probably be Silence in the Library and Forest of the Dead because I love The Greatest Story Never Told. I love that track so much. Next Big Finish review, that is, what is that? That's going to be towards the end of this month. Because that's usually when I have them. Is James Bond a Time Lord? No, he's not. Is Mary Poppins a Time Lady? She very well might be. Do you have a favorite Red Dwarf series or episode? Oh man, like I'm partial to the first 2 series of Red Dwarf, but I think a lot of that just has to do with that was what broke me in on them. I'm not sure I could pick a single favorite episode. It's too good. I haven't seen Bohemian Rhapsody yet. How do you feel about rude people on YouTube? I do my best to avoid them. And like my advice to creators, honestly, of any size, is the block button exists for a reason. Be liberal with it. Like I try not to block people just for disagreeing with me, but like if you're being a jerk, it's not a 3-strike system. Okay, I got to wrap up with these. Do you have any? Are you into any fashion subcultures, cyber, goth, punk, etc.? I I did do goth like as a style a while back, but no, that's like I enjoy that aesthetic for a lot of stuff. Like I love steampunk as a visual thing, but like I don't actually live like I don't have the energy to maintain styles like that. It's exhausting. Imagine how weird it would be if Jack actually reunited with the Doctor in Series 11. I mean, I'd be curious to see, but I'm not like clamoring for that. Like I don't desperately need to see Jack again. I feel like we kind of saw the end of his story. Are you interested to make a review for the Man from Earth sequel? Not really, because I didn't hear too many great things about it. ATLA review, SU review reaction. I'm not sure what either of those abbreviations are. Yeah, I'm not as clued into fandom as you would think. Using abbreviations with me is a real quick way to get me very confused. Are you just sitting on your living room floor? No. I sit in a chair when I shoot the video. Because you can tell that the TV's up there, but it's like it's a whole elevated raised sort of thing. Oh boy. Well, there's the first time I've had to hide somebody's comment because it got flagged. There's the first. Congratulations, you. Avatar: The Last Bender and Steven Universe reviews. Like, I would like to watch both of those, but at this point, like, I'm not gonna try and plow through them for the sake of a review. Like, those shows have been on my to-do list for ages, but I don't know when I'll ever get around. That's always kind of the problem with this stuff. Like, if I don't catch stuff when it first comes out, it slips on the back burner, and then it can stay there for years. And I don't mean that to happen. It just kind of is what happens. Have you noticed the recurring theme in Series 11 of TARDIS-shaped console objects popping up in certain episodes? I haven't. Huh. Favorite TARDIS design in Doctor Who? Yeah, I mean, interior, it's 8. Could you review Doctor Who: The Mind Rubber? I mean, the classic Who stories that I do are voted on by the Patreon supporters, but like, eventually I hope to get through all the classic stuff. I have no idea. I mean, that's gonna take ages. I mean, eventually I'll have to do more than one a month of the classic Who stuff, but we'll see. I think I need to wrap it up. Did you watch Farscape back in the day? I own every Farscape season on DVD. Can you please talk more about The Good Place? Once season 3 ends, I might do a wrap-up video on The Good Place, but like, I didn't have it in me to do episode by episode reviews for more than one show at the same time. So I'm actually really lucky that way, because Doctor Who will end, then Gotham will happen, and I'm pretty sure that Game of Thrones won't happen until after Gotham ends. So that should do me okay. Thoughts on Wilf? Wilf is amazing. Why would you even have to ask? Okay, so this, boy, this is a problem. This is going to become a cycle. Like, I'm going to keep looking back and see another question that I think I can answer. So I need to stop. I gotta put a hard stop as I'm taking another glance over. Are you a fan of Supernatural? I've never seen an episode of Supernatural. Don't hurt me. If you could choose the next Doctor, who would it be? I'm not in the mindset where I want to, like, I'm not big on fan casting anyways, even outside of Doctor Who. But let's see. Okay, okay. I gotta stop, guys. Thanks so much. Like, this was completely impromptu. Like I said, this was supposed to be just me testing it to make sure that I figured out how to get my friggin' computer to show this, so I wouldn't have to do it with the phone next time. But it's now turned into over half an hour. So you guys are gonna be bad for my sleep. But thank you. So I gotta shoot a video for the captain. I gotta tuck this stuff under the hat again. I got video to shoot. All right. Everybody have a good night or good morning, depending on where you are. So see y'all.